All right, it's official. We are halfway through the year. So let me ask you something. Have you made real, actual progress on your goals? And look, if your answer is kinda, maybe, don't sweat it. Today, we are going to break down a super powerful 5-step framework that'll help you turn the next 6 months into the most productive you've ever had. Let's dive in.
Whoa. Okay, this quote right here, it's like a splash of cold water to the face, right? But that's the whole point. It's meant to be a wake up call. It's not about guilt tripping you, it's about creating that little bit of urgency we all need sometimes. And the good news? There's a clear way forward, and we're about to lay out the entire map.
All right, so here's the game plan. First, we'll get into that mid-year wake-up call and why we get stuck. Then, we'll diagnose the single biggest flaw in how most people set goals. After that, we get super practical, choosing a skill, comparing the best options out there, and then, the big one, your actual step-by-step action plan to absolutely crush the rest of the year. So, let's talk about that feeling of being stuck. Why does it even happen? It's super common to feel like you're just spinning your wheels, putting in work, but going nowhere. But listen, and this is really important, it's not a personal flaw. It's not because you're lazy. It's usually a problem with your system, and a system, well, that's something we can fix. I mean, does this sound familiar? You're binging the YouTube videos, you're buying the courses, you're putting in the hours, but the needle just doesn't move. You look at your bank account and nothing's really changed. That huge gap between all the effort you're putting in and the results you're getting, it's one of the most frustrating things ever. And it turns out it has a very specific cause. Okay, so here it is. Here's the core problem. It's probably not your work ethic. It's how you're setting your goals in the first place. Think about it. We're always told to dream big, right? Make 10 grand a month. But nobody ever hands you the frickin' map to get there.
And this is where things get really, really interesting. Okay, so over on one side, you've got these result-oriented goals. They sound great, but they're fuzzy. You can't really track your progress day to day, so you're just kind of hoping you're on the right path, which, spoiler alert, usually leads to giving up. But on the other side, action-oriented goals. These are crystal clear. You know exactly what you need to do every single day. The big result you want, it just becomes a natural side effect of taking the right actions.
So here's the big takeaway. An action-based goal is something you can actually control. So instead of something vague like, I want to get in shape, which, what does that even mean? It becomes, I will complete 220 weightlifting sessions this year. That's it. It's black and white. You either did the workout or you didn't. You can check the box. And if you actually hit that number, what are the chances you won't be in way better shape? Pretty much zero.
Okay, that's great for the gym, but what about making money? How do you apply this to your finances? It's a little trickier, right? Well, before you can set your action-based number, you got to pick your vehicle, the skill that's actually gonna get you paid. Now, you can't just throw a dart at a board here. You need a framework, and this 4-step filter is perfect for that. We're looking for that sweet spot, something that's fast to learn, that clients are willing to pay a lot for, that doesn't cost a fortune to get into, and maybe the most important part, that actually fits your personality.
All right, theory time is over. Let's put this framework into practice. We're going to run some of the most popular high-income skills right now through this filter and see what comes out on top. This is the fun part. Okay, check this out. This table tells a really clear story. You see stuff like coding or blockchain. I mean, yeah, the payout is huge, but man, they are hard to learn, and you might need some cash to get started. Not great if you want to move fast. Then you've got SEO on the other end. Super easy to get into, but honestly, the perceived value has kind of dropped off. So what we're looking for, that sweet spot, is something that's easy to learn with a low barrier, but has a very high perceived value.
And after running the numbers, we have 3 clear winners: copywriting, sales, and e-commerce. So why these 3 specifically? It's because they're in that sweet spot. They are easy enough to start right now with almost no money down, but businesses see them as absolutely critical because they directly make them more money.
All right, this is it. Decision time. You have to pick one. And the advice here is super clear. Do not overthink this. All 3 of these can make you successful. Just go with your gut. Which one sounds more like you? The worst thing you can do is get stuck in analysis paralysis. Just pick one and go.
Okay, awesome. You've picked your skill. Now for the final and honestly the most important part. We're going to take that skill and boil it down to a single number. A number that becomes your obsession for the next 6 months, your North Star.
So if you went with copywriting, your entire world now revolves around one thing: how many pieces of copy you write. The whole strategy is you find 10 or 20 brands you absolutely love, and you just start writing copy for them for free. Ads, emails, whatever. It's genius, really. You're practicing your skill while simultaneously prospecting for clients. You learn as you earn.
And your magic number is 1,000. Your goal is to write 1,000 pieces of copy in the next 6 months. Now, that sounds like a lot, but break it down, that's like 5 short emails a day. Totally doable. Now, for real, what are the odds that if you write 1,000 personalized pieces of copy for businesses that not a single one will hire you? The odds are basically 0. Okay, what if you picked sales? This model is so simple, it's beautiful. You find online stores and you help them recover sales from people who left stuff in their shopping cart. You just reach out, see if they have questions, and help them finish their purchase. And you get a commission on every sale you save. For the business, it's a no-brainer. It's pure profit for them.
So, your number for sales? 10,000. Send 10,000 of these messages by the end of the year. Again, I know, it sounds like a huge number, but do the math. It's about 55 messages a day. I mean, come on, most of us send way more texts and DMs than that every day anyway. This is just pointing that energy at something that pays you.
And last but not least, e-commerce. But forget what you think you know about e-com. We're not talking about spending a fortune on Facebook ads. The name of the game today is free organic traffic from short-form video. The plan is to find product videos that are already viral on places like TikTok and just repost them to drive traffic to your store. And that brings us to your number 3,600. Post 3,600 videos in the next 6 months. That's 20 videos a day. And remember, you're not filming these yourself. You're just finding what already works and reposting it. It is purely a volume game. You post that many proven winners, what do you think is going to happen? A few are bound to take off and bring in a flood of sales. So there it is. The entire plan is laid out for you. A clear skill, a measurable action, a concrete number to chase. The map is literally in your hands. We started with that wake-up call about wasting time, and we're ending with a choice. You have the skill, you have the number, you have the plan. The only question left is, what are you going to do about it?